Hello, I'm the Criterion critic. I review it so you don't have to. Well, of course you do have to because, you know, my reviews are pretty sucky apparently. And yeah, I was just trying something new. No disrespect to the nostalgia critic Doug Walker. It's hard to come up with intros for these things when I don't have the movie in front of me, and when I've been watching the movie on the other side of this camera or this screen. And yeah, so anyway, in the past I've had you imagine I'm holding the disc or the DVD, but it's enough imagining. We gotta get real. We gotta get into something real, guys. So anyway, yeah, so here I am, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Viewer Guy, talking about number 20. Finally, getting number 207. Shohei Imamura's The Pornographers. I could have slept on this one, guys. Oh, I mean, it's on Hulu. Watched it on Hulu, but this one kind of, this guy, I don't know about this one, guys. This is kind of messy, pretty messy. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about this long because I don't really have anything to say about it apart from that it's weird and kind of gross. But anyway, so is details. 1966, which I really didn't think it was. I was like, it took me a second. It's like I looked it up and like 1966, holy crap, But then you see little aspects of filmmaking that was really prevalent in the late 60s, like different surreal images. That might be just what's his name, Imamura's direction, but I don't know. But anyway, so what do we talk about this one? 127 minutes, Japanese. This guy is no Kurosawa. He is the exact opposite of Kurosawa. This guy might be the Japanese Godard. This guy might be the Japanese Fassbinder, the Japanese Bergman. We'll see. I mean, I don't even know. Let's see if we have any of his other movies. Imamura. Pornographers, Vengeance is Mine, Pigs and Battleships, The Insect Woman, Intentions of Murder. So I guess there are a couple of his movies in the Criterion collection. So, well, we'll look for nothing else this season though. I don't think. Vengeance is Mine will be next year. So anyway, let's get back to the Pornographers. So, what can I tell you about this? So, to give you the basic plot. So, there's a guy who makes porn. He makes skin flicks, if you will. His wife lives with is crazy, or I guess crazy, and she lives with this carp who she believes to be her reincarnated first husband. And the guy, whose name is Sabu, I think, or not Sabu, Subo, Sabi, something. Subu. That's it. Subu. It's one of those weird. It was like I knew it was an S and a B in there somewhere. Yeah. So Subu lives with his wife, the late husband who's the fish, stepdaughter who he wants to fuck, the stepson who wants to go to school, and yeah, it's kind of. Let's go back to that last one, Keiko, the stepdaughter. When she was younger, he saves her from being run over, and so she has this like permanent tire track like tread on her leg. Whom every time we see it, we know it's her, and he almost beats her to death. At one scene until he remembers that he sees the scar and remembers that he saved her, and so he ends up starting kissing her and all that. And yeah, that's the gross part I was telling you about. But yeah, he makes these porn films, and he's very, very voyeuristic, and meanwhile, while he's making these, the cops are after him. The police arrest his partners, and he also has this side project where he tries to, get these girls, send these girls out to, basically he pimps girls out. He pimps virgins out. And then if he can't find a virgin, he tries to make virgins out of women who have already given birth, and he tries to make a movie with this father and his daughter, and the daughter's like a mute or like a mentally challenged, and he keeps giving her lollipops to calm her down, and she just like crunches on them and doesn't even suck them. And she's a little. And they're like, "Oh my God, how are we gonna do it?" And they kind of disown it, but I think Subu kind of doesn't say much because he's basically not, because he's too busy lusting after Keiko to care. But anyway, so he tries to be a father, but at the same time he really wants to get in the girl's skirt, and eventually they do get down, I guess, and his wife is even in favor of it, and she's gone crazy. And she does go crazy eventually. She does lose her mind. There's a pretty horrific scene where she starts laughing hysterically, and she shows this photo of Keiko, and I think it's Keiko, and she shows like all these the pins are shoved in her eyes, and it's pretty creepy, pretty creepy. And yeah, so there's this really weird scene where she is screaming this song from her cell, or like the bars, and then the bars on the beach, and then it's the rock music playing, and Keiko gets this tan or goes blackface or something like that, and starts working in this salon. And it's really just bizarre. It's pretty crazy. Eventually his wife dies, and he tries to get out of his funk by going to an orgy, and then when he finds Keiko there, then he kind of falls out of it. And at the very end of the film, the last bit I can tell you about is he gets this idea. His last big hurrah is to build a mechanical Dutch wife, because they'll never cheat on you, and they'll never leave you or anything like that, and so I guess throughout the film we see random the camera freeze, and after a while I've taken that to believe that I guess that means that time has passed between when the camera freezes for a short period of time, and then when it cuts back, this is much later, because when he gets this revelation, the camera freezes, and then later we see him on this boat building the doll, and he's hairy, and he's got longer hair, and he's got a beard, and and that's when Keiko has the tan all over. And so I'm assuming that between those, time has passed between when the camera freezes and when the next scene. So that would have helped me, because that's what happens when he saves Keiko from the car, and then she's much older. I was like, wait, who's this older girl? And really lost it. But anyway, so the end of the movie basically is just him, working on the doll, and then the boat comes loose, and he just floats away with the doll and plans to have sex with it. And yeah. Oh God, yeah, this is so far a pretty depressing season so far, guys. Not much joy in this one outside of Umberto D, and even on that one was a depressing movie. It was a good movie, but it was depressing. Sort of the same with The Indiscretion of American Wife. So just a lot of depressing movies, and when it ain't depressing, it's just stupid. So anyway, that's all I can say about this one. The surrealism, I didn't like the surrealism. It was just too. It came too late in the movie. It needed to be surreal throughout the entire film. If the carp was supposed to be a touch of it, then it made too much sense. It made too much sense to be surreal. But we didn't get a lot of surrealness until about the last 45 minutes of the film, 30 minutes to 45 minutes of the film, with a lot of the weird sound effects and the beach scene with the bars and all that. Yeah, a lot of that came way too late in the film for me. So yeah, that's the problem. It starts off very well. It makes perfect sense up until once you interpret the freezes as time periods happening, then I think it makes more sense. I just probably need to watch it again too. But for now, I mean, even then, I don't think, I can't get past the incest side of it. I think that was really disturbing and gross, and I don't want to see that in a film. So, because of that, and that's never going to change. That can't change. That's not something that you can, like, unsee or, like, interpret differently. The guy wants his stepdaughter. So, that's straight and simple. So, anyway, because of that, what are we going to give this? D+? D+, why not? It wasn't the worst film we've seen so far, but it wasn't that good. It was pretty stupid. I mean, this might be, and I didn't care much for Double Suicide, and Redbeard wasn't probably Kurosawa's least favorite, but I think this is probably my least favorite Japanese film that we've seen so far. I can't remember all the Japanese films we've seen, but I think this is probably my least favorite Japanese film. So, but maybe that'll be something that we'll do sometime soon. Maybe this next when we do the wrap up, the show, the season 3 wrap up, I'll start adding like language. My favorite English films, favorite English film, favorite Japanese, favorite German film. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah. So anyway, we'll leave it at that. Pornographers, D+. All right, so we're finally back on track. We finally got to the first, 10, or the first 12 technically, first 12 spine catalog numbers. And yeah, so anyway, we're going along. That's it for today. But Wednesday, Richard III. All right, Shakespeare, Olivier. I get to sell this as soon as I watch it because I ain't gonna keep this. And if I do, I'll probably get in another pack. So anyway, so Richard III on Wednesday, Thursday, Devil and Daniel Webster, and then Saturday, Knife in the Water, and then that'll be for this week. And then next week we got all next week all ready for you. We got Rules of the Game on next Monday, and then next Wednesday we got Tokyo Story, and then next Thursday, Le Secret Rouge, and then next Saturday, La Strada. Caveria's back! Oh, Caveria. Giletta Massina. Oh, boy. And then, of course, next Monday, Naked Lunch, and so on and so forth. The Kiru Pickup on South Street. I forget what's after that. The Kiru Diary of a County Priest. Maitre's Pickup on South Street. Choose a Glory. Anyway, but let's take 2 weeks, 1 week at a time, but 2 weeks for now. But anyway, so that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Don't make porn. Don't have sex with your family, and don't make dolls on boats that aren't properly tied down. Leave it at that. Yeah, that's all the reviews I got. That's all the morals I got for you. So anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on Wednesday for Richard III. And until then, goodbye.